How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and I'm still sick. I'm sorry, but we're here with the the Mutant tier list. Today, hopefully I didn't miss quite as many as I've been missing in the past, and yeah, I'm still sick, so I apologize. I know it's kind of annoying to hear someone sick, but I chose this week for tier list week, and I'm not going to give up till it's done. So today we have the Mutants, like I said, and let's just jump into it. Useless class. Useless tier, we got Beast. Someone tell me what Beast does. Anything. I have no idea. I really have no idea. We Cyclops, both of them. I know Kabam Mike likes his Cyclops. I don't know how he's not buffed yet, but at least one of them. But they're not. Deadpool, he's a cool trophy champion right now. He doesn't really have much use outside of that. And then we have Goldpool, who I put here because no one has him. So no, that's an exaggeration, but that's about it. That's really the only useless I would say useless mutants here. So that's a good start for the mutants. We got usable tier next. Got Captain Britain, does some cool stuff. I really wanted to rank this champion up back when she came out because she just looked really cool, but everyone else in this class kind of just does better, does what she does and then better. Got Deadpool Weapon X, got a little buff. Besides that, sometimes he can trick me up on defense, but not really too much. Jubilee again, just good for a meta here and there. Definitely usable, but just kind of depends on the Battlegrounds meta and that kind of stuff, what path you're on. Mr. Sinister is just kind of an annoying defender. That's about it. Nightcrawler can hit actually kind of hard, in my opinion, but that's about it. And then he's a kind of a low-level defender. Old Man Logan, did he get buffed? I don't remember. I think he did, and now he's like okay. Has some nice bleed stuff going on in Furies, and that's about it. Platinum Pool, believe it or not, definitely like not a bad champion, a fun champion to play. You draw cards and stuff, and that determines what you are going to be, what abilities you have, and that's kind of why he's here though, because it's kind of a negative sometimes. Sometimes you get bad draws, but it's a fun champion to play, and definitely useful when grinding out quests with his ability to speed up the quest. Next we have Psylocke. She's definitely very usable, especially with a synergy. She has some solid synergies where she can really power lock the opponent permanently and stuff, so that's really cool. Rogue, I think this might be a little low for her. I'm not sure. I've seen some people do some pretty crazy stuff with her, and she's a really good champion. Nice power burn and power steal mechanic buff. I think if she could keep the buffs just by touching, like hitting into the opponent's block, she'd be way better. But yeah, that's just my opinion. We got Sabretooth. Can be a tricky defender. That's about it with him. I remember he had a lot of hype with his offensive mechanics back in the day, but now he's kind of just, you just use someone like Warlock or Nimrod against him and he melts. Wolverine X23, nothing too special to me. Definitely usable champion, but there's the regular Wolverines out now. So moving on. Amazing tier. Oh, I put a new icon in. These shiny stars mean that there's a 7-star version of it out there available to grab right now. So whether it's from a featured crystal or from the 7-star base pool or whatever, you can get the champion as a 7-star. So anyways, Cable with synergies, the Apocalypse synergy specifically, is amazing. Some of the best degeneration damage in the game on this heavy. Really fun champion. Got Colossus. He's amazing. Tons of immunities. Hits pretty hard. Lots of armor ups. And it's a 7-star now. Rest in peace, Vega MCOC. All right. Danny Moonstar. I only kept her at amazing. I think she can move up. I need some feedback on this one in the comments. Available as a 7-star. I just have not used her myself. I don't have her as a 6-star or anything like that. So you guys let me know, you Danny Moonstar users. Next, we got Emma Frost, an amazing champion. Some very nice damage as a 7-star and a 6-star. And she can still trick me up on defense because there's so many champions now. I don't remember who's immune to like reverse controls and who's not. I thought there was a time where like robots were immune to reverse controls, but I guess that's not true. Maybe I made that up. I have no idea. So I sometimes get confused and take the specials to the face. So just being honest with you. Got Havoc in the amazing tier. I think his value goes up and down depending on what metas are going on. But definitely a very, very good champion. We have Iceman here. I love my rank 5 Iceman, but I think this is the proper place to put him. Tons of nice burst damage. Like, he has one of those debuffs where not a lot of people are immune to, even if they're immune to like cold snap, he can still put on frostbites, so he can still get his damage off, just at a lower rate. So very solid champion. Immune to Nova Flame, so you know, sometimes that's useful. It usually isn't, but you know what I mean. White Magneto, he could be moved up. I don't use him a whole lot, so I'll need some feedback back down in the comments. I know he has a bunch of pre-fight abilities for hero champions. That's about all I know. Professor X, again, this is another champion I've heard a lot about. A lot of people use him, might put him even God tier. I just don't. I don't enjoy playing him, and I think his fighting style is a little tricky for myself. And so I put him here because I'm trying to like use these lists and put myself as like an average summoner like myself. And I think he would be here. Sauron, an amazing champion, a tricky defender, and he's available as a 7-star. But Nimrod's melt him, which Nimrod melts everyone here. But let's move on. Storm got buffed and is really good now. Just kind of your really bursty, like prowess damage champion. Storm Pyramid X, really annoying glancing mechanic as a defender. It's available as a 7-star, and does some pretty good damage. As a 7-star. We got Strife here. I think he is the first champion I said that would need to be awakened, only because otherwise you're not converting your are they psionic charges? I think they're something like that. You don't keep them. He's kind of like an Aegon-ish mutant, where you want to carry over your charges, and without the awaken ability, they don't carry over. Now Toad, I think Toad is one of those underrated champions. I think he's definitely going to be moving up over time because of champions like Atuma. I saw some people fighting Atuma with Toad, and he can do really well just because of how his poisons, if they get shrugged off, they go passive, and it's really good. So yeah, he could be moved up depending on the meta. Wolverine, I almost put Wolverine with synergies and Awaken in the God tier, because if you haven't seen an Awakened Horseman Wolverine, he's absolutely amazing. I just felt like that was a little too many requirements, because by himself he's kind of average, you know. So I felt like this was probably a good place for him. All right, moving on to God tier mutants. There you go. God tier mutants. Apocalypse. He has the Horseman synergy that can go on any mutant, which just boosts their power and gives them some really cool stuff. He has some specific synergies that boost characters like Wolverine past what they already are. And his ability to ignore the shrugging effect of skill champions is crazy useful. His debuffs cannot be shrugged off. That counts for stuns, that counts for poisons, that counts for anything. The only thing is as long as they're not immune to it. But yeah, fantastic champion. Bishop available as a 7-star. You probably know this already. Absolutely fantastic. And good on offense and defense. Really good champion. If you don't have the right immunities, or if you have the wrong debuff, he's gonna be mounting you. Magneto, I think he's a little maybe underrated, just because I think he's so good that I think a lot of people just don't like to use him, and I don't blame you, because I'm one of those. Any tech champion is gone. They have metal, they're gone. So that's that's really all there is to say about him. He just melts them down. Namor has a 7-star version now, but even at the 6-star version and fully awakened, he's an absolute beast, and he has one of the most unique damage ignoring abilities in the game. And I kind of put him here because I think if you get an awakened Namor, you still need all the SIGs, or at least at least quite a bit. So, you know, this could be up or down. I think he deserves the spot. Up next, we got Omega Red. I forgot to put a symbol here, but I think he needs the Suicide Masteries in order to be God tier, so he can always have access to that, to his ability at the start. But besides that, just really solid champion. And sometimes can be a little tricky on defense, I guess, if you bring the wrong debuff, like I said before. Anyways, or if you're not paying attention, he'll start melting you down. Next, we got, I put Bishop twice. Why did I put Bishop twice? Okay, up next we got Sunspot. This dude's an absolute beast in Battlegrounds if you can get the right matchups. As long as they're not immune to Incinerate, you are probably going to be getting to your special 2 pretty quick, and he's probably just going to burst down the champion even quicker. So, and he's also available as a 7-star, probably one of the better 7-stars in there. Well, there's a lot of good ones, but in the basic pool, I think probably one of the better 7-stars. I really love this champion. He was my first, he was actually my first 6-star rank 3, believe it or not. Believe it or not. All right, and the last person to make it to the God tier, I put Wolverine Weapon X. This one's debatable. He could be moved down. I think right now still, he can get a lot of kills on defense, especially in the beginning of the victory track. With the victory track changes, maybe he gets moved down because, you know, you're going to be starting higher than before, but I think he deserves a spot. He is a trophy champion, so not a whole lot of people have him unless you're going to be a spender, which is basically everyone in Gladiator Circuit, so let's be honest. All right, last but not least, we have the See You Later Alligator tier, and that is only 3 champions right now, in my opinion. Archangel, he does need to be awakened, so let me change that. So he does need to be awakened. And at a decent sig to get to the point where you'll have 100% ability accuracy reduction on the opponent. I think it's like 2 or 3 of his venom. What are they called? Venom things. But anyways, as long as they're not immune to poison or bleed, absolutely will melt them down. And fantastic counter for Rentras, Spider-Man Supremes, who else? Sasquatch, just those really tricky bleeding defenders. He can just handle those so well. Up next is Domino as a 7-star. This absolute beast. She can finish fights in like 20 seconds if you get the critical bleed, especially when you pair her with that Mr. Sinister relic. She can, her power can skyrocket to almost 2 bars really quick with that relic because she shrugs it off. Absolutely fantastic champion. And last but not least, Kitty Pryde. I mean, I don't think I need to really say much here. Probably one of the best champions in the game. She can ignore damage outright as long as she's phasing. So a lot of times in my strategy, I am just hitting the opponent with full prowess just so I can maintain my my miss and or visibility, whatever you want to call it, and not take damage. And then when I'm feeling pretty confident, I'll throw the special 2 and end up. Fantastic champion. I don't think I need to say more. So anyways, let me know what you think about this list. I've really enjoyed your feedback on all the previous lists. I missed quite a few champions on those lists. Hopefully I didn't miss a whole lot. I went into the game and looked at my owned and unowned. But the thing about mutants is they haven't had a mutant edition since Danny Moonstar. And then before that, I think the last one was Kitty Pryde like 2 years ago. So they haven't really had much additions, which is actually starting to hurt the class because so many tech champions are coming out now that just absolutely melt these guys. Like, I know that there's science champions and stuff that melt some mystics, and that's kind of how it's supposed to work. But I mean, these guys get really destroyed by some of these techs. Iron Man, Nimrod, what's his name? Oh, Warlock, that's who it is. I mean, just absolutely melted. So let me know what you think of the list. Like I said, I think some of these can go up, some of these can go down. I think this is a pretty solid one. Like I said, there hasn't been much change in the mutant class too much. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts down below. And I appreciate you watching. Hopefully it helps you out. And y'all take care.